Hi, I'm Scott Gairdner, and I'm a Screentimer because it's the path of least resistance.
Screentimers, I just don't care. Screentimers, it just ain't fair. Screentimers, they scream and shout. Screentimers, there's no time out. Let's watch a show. Let's watch a show. Let's watch a show.
Hello and welcome to Screentimers, the only pro screen time parenting podcast. I'm Holly Prazoff.
And I'm Matt Kowalick. And today we have with us a very funny comedian and director and writer and host, one of the hosts of Podcast A Ride, Scott Gairdner.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Holly. Thank
Thanks.
you for having me and for providing this service.
No, thank you.
Yes, it's a
great.
safe space.
Wonderful.
Thank
much,
you for
much
coming,
needed.
and-
Because we can't do this. We can't talk shit about these things in front of our children.
No.
And we can't bore people without children talking about this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We need a venue like this, and I'm glad you're providing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like this is like gonna get us into heaven for sure.
that's why I do anything. You gotta get to heaven, building those good deeds one gold brick at a time.
Yeah, build those stats.
Yeah.
You need at least 20. And if you do like one every 2 years, then you're probably good, right?
Yeah, if you live a long life.
Oh, a good deed or a podcast?
Either.
Yeah.
I mean, any podcast is a good deed.
I
so-
figured, yeah. I think like they're not officially in the Bible. Like, not that I'm reading it all the time, but like they should be. Well, should we get into, well, first of all, I think off the top,
Do you let your kid have screen time?
Yeah,
And that's fine.
I do. I was thinking about the philosophy there when you guys asked me to do this, and I think it's mainly it was like a discussion, and I think I might have come in a little highfalutin, a little Sophocles myself, and kind of like said to my wife what I think a parent is supposed to say, which is I think we should limit it, and we should figure out it's an hour a day or it's a half hour a day, because really they should be reading and they should be experiencing. And my wife Erin said, who are his parents?
Yes.
Like, come on. We watch stuff all the time, and we don't even watch. It's not high-minded stuff. We watch, like, to relax. Aaron and I will watch, like, here's a video from 1998 that would have played in a Disney World hotel room that tells you everything that you could do at Disney World. Or here is a video from 1987 that shows you all the amenities that this cruise ship has. This is the kind of thing that we do. We are on YouTube so much more than we're on any streamers proper. We're not high-minded in what
That's
we watch.
cool.
So we're like, what like poser hypocrites would we be if we didn't just kind of say watching YouTube stuff is
You're
okay?
kind of recreating your childhood, like when you went to go visit these places.
Oh yeah, I mean, those things. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, no, there's a time travel to it, and also I think we like entertainment that we can like sort of talk over and engage with, and we never want to like sit and watch a show that we have to take seriously, like, because then we don't get to hang out. Then we're just like, you know how it is, end of a long day.
yeah,
with
you want to
kids.
zone out.
Or also like, but I also want to like talk to my wife and have an experience with her, and not just like sit and stare, and then like, one of you could like, oh, that part was scary. Shut up. No, I'm trying to watch it. Like we definitely like interactive entertainment.
Yes.
So like things that we can put on and like yell at and make fun of is definitely what we like.
I
So
mean,
that carried into what the policy with the child.
I think that's a fair policy. Like for me, I could never watch like YouTube videos of something about Disneyland because my parents never took me.
Oh, geez.
So I think,
gotcha.
yeah. So I think
It's a touchy subject.
Exactly.
Oh,
And to
wow.
me,
That's
that would
scarring.
bring up a lot of very deep, sad emotions.
Oh, geez. Which is its own interesting thing to process. Do you have anything like that, though? Is there some, like, if you watch this thing, it would, like, transport you back to this place or, like, this, I don't know. I mean, are you the type who would watch as, like, the old commercials? Here's, like, everything that aired in this commercial block in
I am.
1995.
I totally am.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Nostalgia boys, I
But
believe you're called. Yes.
Definitely. I just want to be 10 again.
No, I
wanna
want. I mean, for me, that's Sex in the City, so it's definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Like those are memories from later in life.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that
But
makes
your
sense.
videos, I'd like to watch those because I would stay like the Contemporary at Walt Disney World didn't have those weird
Yeah,
the Disney
absolutely.
channels going and like Goofy showing you the amenities.
What's
the
it
best.
like
You know.
having fun families, guys?
It's the best. You should try it.
I would have loved to.
Yeah.
Just so you know, my parents, we spent a lot of time at a yoga ashram growing up. And there were
Wow.
definitely no intro videos of all the fun things you could do at the yoga ashram.
Were there any rides?
No rides. Basically, you'd go there and get a job, is sort of the thing that they would do.
Whoa.
And you'd sleep in a bunk bed with up to 400 people in a room.
Oh my God. Whoa.
So, yeah.
So there's no screen time in
No.
there. I
There's no
can't because
TVs?
that's a big
No,
fight
yeah.
with 400 people.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't pick the same thing. No, and the other weird thing is that most people are waking up at 4:30 in the morning. So
How old were you when you were here?
from the ages of like 10 to 16, we went quite a bit.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my parents were very much of like the mind that like they only had one child, and they were like, if you only have one child, you don't need to do like family stuff.
What? Wait, what is the? What's the? If they were here and I was interviewing them, but that would be my just one follow up question. What?
Yeah, exactly. They were like, we don't have to go to kid restaurants. We don't have to go on kid vacations. So I feel like with my kid, about my screen, like I just want my kid to have the most fun all the time. It's probably kind of sick, but like I want her to be able to be like doing all the fun stuff kids should be doing.
Great, makes sense. Well, did that all leave you then like unable to discuss shared experiences with your peers? Did it like put you in a weird like bubble that made no sense to anyone else?
100%.
Okay.
Everyone was like, what did you do for your summer vacation? It's like, well, I worked at the snack shop at the yoga ashram.
What were the snacks?
Yeah, I'm really curious.
You know what? They actually did have good snacks. Like I will give my parents that. They picked the yoga ashram with the best snacks. And I think that is how you should choose one.
And they were like, would you get like gushers there, or was it all like it's hemp? It's Skittles made from hemp.
It was more like Haagen-Dazs. Like that was my mom's
Okay.
like, may I have Haagen-Dazs? And you're like, okay.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's hard to argue with.
Yeah, they like would make like macaroons and Haagen-Dazs, and like it was the food was good.
Okay. Of all the things to knock about
Everything
the
else
ashram.
was not.
Yeah, it was just never for children.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
Not
like
for
it
me, and I'm an
whatsoever.
adult.
So, anyways, I hope you guys really appreciate your childhoods.
We did. I had a great one. A lot of fun.
Suddenly, too. So much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it was stupid. I didn't learn anything. I didn't get any good culture or awareness or enlightenment of any kind.
Oh, no, I could have
I was
used
dumb
it.
and stayed dumb.
I could have. Oh my god.
No, but you know, I don't.
I gotta be such a different person.
But like, so I knew what kombucha was when I was 8. Does that make me a better person?
I didn't know what avocado was till I moved to LA. I was 24. I mean, I get,
Well, I mean, I knew what avocado was, but in Canada, you're not getting those.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Oh, Canada too. Oh,
Yeah, so many
interesting.
things. I know. I'm sorry. I'm like that. Matt represents the normal person, and I'm just I'm
from
the freak of
Texas.
the week.
That's not necessarily the normal person. That's like, this is the Texas man.
But no, I think we feel like you use screen time. Like I use screen time for my kid. I feel like we talk a lot about on the show. Like you can't engage with your child 24/7.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's setting too high of a bar that every second is about like is engaging and what can and enriching, and it's just not like because you're just basically tired all the time.
So much to do.
It's so tiring.
Yes, and just to I gotta make dinner. I gotta not that I make dinner. I gotta pack his bad lunch every day.
I do make dinner, and that's when she's watching TV.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll have her help me, but that doesn't help. And it's like we are in a time crunch.
Yes, yeah. The kind of the hands-on customized, personalized entertainment all the time would make sense if you had nothing to do ever.
Yeah.
But life goes on, and so if you need to plug these holes with watching some crap, then, why not?
And it makes her happy also, and it's fun to share those things with them when you can.
Yeah, and you obviously had big screen time when you were a kid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling TVs now. Big.
They said
They're
I guess
very,
but
they're
not
big
the
screens,
but
bigger
the
than-
large screen is a movie.
in that new article I skimmed, it said that kids in the 80s had 30 hours of screen time a week.
Oh,
Huh.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I wonder if we
And
have
look- and-
more. I don't know.
look how good we turned out.
Yeah.
We're like
Great.
so amazing.
All perfect.
We made it all the way to a
podcast.
podcast where we talk about TV.
Yep, yeah, and I've been
We did
talking
it.
about theme parks for 7 years.
Hey, you know, I
Clearly,
got-
like adult, moving on from childhood, progressing.
It's good.
See,
It's
there
good,
is a drawback of
but
having
it
a fun
can
childhood.
still be fun.
yeah, yes,
See, when,
yeah.
when your childhood is the worst, you're ready to go. You're ready to move on.
And you can keep onward and upward. Yeah. No, I cling to mine. I definitely like. Not that I don't know. It's more like aesthetically than like inability to actually grow up. I feel like I don't have like a huge problem with that. I'm embracing adulthood, but like I do just want to watch like a bunch of like VHS production company logos in a row because it
It's
makes me
comforting.
feel like I'm 4 again.
Yeah, I feel that when I watch like Newhart or Taxi, like
yeah.
that music is just like I want that playing on my deathbed, like sitcom themes and Motown.
I'm 1,000% there. I started a big like all I listened to
Harry
music.
Mancini,
Oh yeah, totally. I Bob James, the Taxi music. That's like all I listened to. Is by that at some point I declared I just want to know like hours and hours of music that sounds like the Taxi theme, and I found this album that is like all the incidental music from Taxi,
like the
and then
stings and things like that.
It's not that,
Stings,
but almost.
but
But it
okay.
is just like here's 3 minutes of a song that
Yeah.
kind of sounds, or the one is called one's about Mary Lou or whatever, and it's all like
It's like here's what we play when someone's sad.
yeah,
Is it like that?
yeah,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Bed
Here's like an
music?
extended version of
Oh, okay, nice.
the music for when there's a sad mom. Anyway, like I now have this like days long Spotify playlist that's just all the music I could find. That's kind of like Taxi from the
Please share
70s
it.
and
Hey, I
80s.
like it. Share
will,
that
Sure, it's
playlist.
called Soft and Smooth. I'll
Oh
send
my
it your
God.
way. It's
Please.
really relaxing.
The
It's
Taxi
really-
theme song was one of the only songs that would comfort my kid as an infant. So
Wow,
we've listened to
really?
it like more than I'd like to admit.
Oh, jeez.
And we sort of like wrote lyrics to it.
Whoa. What?
And Danny DeVito, do 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 do. Yeah, it's a really wonderful song, and my child absolutely loved it as a baby.
And she loves Danny
Wow.
DeVito.
Yeah, she does actually.
Due to that, yeah.
That's
wait,
awesome.
wait, I'm trying to think of like a. And then they thought that he was short. Where was tall when you first saw him.
Wow.
And
He
was
stepped
in a
out, right out. And
I
he
hope you
showed
guys are
that
hip
he
to this
was short.
song.
It's really. There's. I'll send this. Yeah, specifically the one album that it's like I played it as the lobby music at my wedding. This album changed my life.
Oh, wow.
The theme from Taxi and other music from Taxi might be my favorite album in the world.
I don't know if you've ever heard Far Side has a song where they rap over the Taxi theme song.
Oh, no
and
kidding.
it's really
Is
good.
it on Bizarre
Wow.
Ride to the Far Side?
I
or
don't know.
another
I think
album?
it's actually on
That's
an
the only
album
of theirs
before
I
that.
know.
Yeah, I think it is.
I love Passing Me By.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Far
that's
Side's
insane.
like my ultimate, but they have a song where they rap over the Taxi theme song, and it's amazing.
I know what I'm doing after this episode.
Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense. There's this the Bob James, that artist, did a song called "Take Me to the Mardi Gras" that is one of the most like sampled break beats ever. That's this you'd know it if you heard it, like ding 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 ding. ding, ding. It's this very like it was on everything in the 80s 90s rap wise because it was like clean percussion that they could just like borrow and put under whatever. So yeah, Bob James.
Wow.
The Taxi hip hop connection is very strong.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can get into it.
Yeah.
Like, now that we've talked to our
Now that we've talked
philosophy-
about and talked about things that we really like aesthetically and culturally, yeah. Now to this.
So I think today, yeah,
Just so you know, we do like good things.
yes, we are super cool.
Even though we don't get to have it on all the time. That's really the
Right.
thing with kids entertainment. It's just like, oh God, what it fills my house is just full of claptrap and annoying sounds all the time. That's
Yeah.
really what bothers you about it.
Yeah, we got Sally some headphones recently, and I was like, best purchase. I don't know what she's watching all the time, which is a bit of a drawback, but I'm like, I
That's
don't.
the next level of screen time for a kid. Like my kids still, we can keep it down real low, but still hear it.
Well, we're going on a plane soon, so she's just trying them out. But it's like it has been a nice break where I'm like, oh, I'm not hearing it.
Oh, that's nice. That's really
But
nice.
it, like you should hear it. Yes, parents, you should listen because then you should know if they're watching something they shouldn't.
As soon as they put on those headphones.
No,
it's
this is a no
fuck, fuck,
judgment
fuck.
zone.
Yeah, you're
no
right.
judgment zone.
Yeah, no
That's where we're at.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about. It's a very controversial topic. Today we're talking about Blippi.
Blippi, it's in the news. It's out of the news.
Blippi, baby.
It's around the news.
So obviously you have sort of entwined relationship with Blippi that we wanted to get into. We're really
You guys
excited.
go way back.
I have this weird personal experience with. Is there any like contextualizing of Blippi that needs to be done?
That's great. Maybe you don't know who Blippi is.
Yeah, I'm like, what
Yeah,
is
let's
the
talk
short
about-
sell of Blippi? I saw, if you were being very nice, I think you would. I was looking up articles, and if you're glass half full, you're calling him like a YouTube Mr. Rogers.
Oh, God, not even close.
I don't know. Yeah, that's not something but I saw that phrase in print.
It's like kind of like a big orange glasses, right? They're
Well,
orange.
it's
and
yeah.
kind of a floppy hat.
What are
and
the
kind
colors?
I can tell you what his
of
publicist
blue and
says.
orange. Oh yeah, tell.
Well, this is good.
Yeah, great.
Blippi is a fun, energetic character known for his signature blue and orange outfit. Children between the ages of 2 to 7 have become great friends with Blippi, thanks to his goofy mannerisms and friendly demeanor. In addition, parents love his interactive and educational content that helps children get excited about learning.
Wow. I gotta
guess.
hire this publicist.
She's good.
Yeah, I know. Like anything you don't feel good about yourself, you run it through the publicist words like that, and suddenly, wow, that's who
We
I
all
am?
like 'em.
Really?
Like, to give you an example, the episode of Blippi I'm the most familiar with is Blippi learns how to make popsicles.
Okay.
And I've seen it maybe a million times because my kid has watched it. And Blippi's just excited to learn about the world. Kind of an annoying voice.
Way too excited.
Yeah, this is not animated. This is like a real man.
Yeah. Yes. Long takes of in sort of like steady cam fashion.
Yes.
Just following a guy around to different maybe it's factories. It's a lot of indoor playgrounds.
A lot of indoor playgrounds.
Yeah. A lot of almost like branded feeling content for you go to Salt Lake City and here's jumping jacks.
They're
And here's
called-
everything you can do in jumping jacks.
I just learned they're called soft play centers. It's like
God.
the genre that those places are where it's just
No.
like balls in a bouncy house and you're inside.
It reminds me of the term soft opening, which I am against.
Yeah.
Don't call anything a soft opening, please.
Yes, these are disturbing. Yeah, there's a thing in theme park world that's come up on the show a lot, which is like wet play areas
No.
and dry
Get rid of
play
it. I hate
areas.
it.
No,
No.
I'm like,
It's like a splash pad.
yeah, yes,
But it's just
use
say
that,
splash pad.
Use that word. Yes, there's
Yeah.
nothing weird about that. But
Yes.
you rearrange these things and they're disturbing.
Well, yeah, I
You
think
got teenagers giggling all day
Yeah, we
around
don't
that,
want
just
that.
standing around that side giggling. That's what I would have been doing.
Provide them giggle opportunities.
so. Blippi, he's polarizing because I think he's very in your face. He's very people would call him annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I would basically and it's a lot of he's a perma kid. He's
Yes.
hopping around and doing goofy dances and hoo-hoo.
That's
A lot of
great.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the hoo-hoo down.
We went to Big Bear as a family, and there is a Christmas store there that has a big sign in it that's like Blippi was here, and my kid was like, "Damn, get me in there. Let me look at all these ornaments. Blippi was here." It was mind blowing. And again, it's just a store.
Yeah, right.
So it's Blippi went into that store and looked around at ornaments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I honestly knew about Blippi, never actually looked him up or anything, was researching yesterday, and the first time I saw Blippi, I was like, that's fine. And then I heard him talk, and I was like, that's nothing. And I had it pulled up on my computer, and my daughter walked by, and I had it started from the oldest videos first, and she looked at it, she goes, I want to watch that. I like scary things.
What?
So
Whoa.
I guess she thought Blippi's scary.
What's her base read?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah,
Interesting.
I guess.
Well, that's what it's it's not an unfamiliar format that it feels like it's a YouTube channel that's like a perma Sesame Street kind of thing where we're here at X place and we're here to learn about X. But I think what's odd about it is they're very long and meandering. It's very first take city.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
sense that they're refilming a lot on these things. And then he himself is engaging enough, but not the most polished performer you've ever seen, which is maybe something that kids like, that he's not this really rehearsed theater type actor,
Yeah.
because I feel like he will hesitate or not be able to place a word.
He's
or,
like the Nicolas Cage of these kind of guys. He's kind of, he's kind of all over the place. He's just hyped up the whole time, counting and telling us the color of everything.
Yeah.
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 It's a lot of like,
Do it a little, but not
guess
all
what my
the
favorite
time.
popsicle is, and it's like the blue one or the orange one, Blippi.
Fucking guess.
yeah. Really? You're kidding.
Wow,
The blue and the
wow.
orange. Yeah. Oh, wait. You're all right. You're at a museum where you can draw stuff with Dayglow markers. What are you gonna draw? Yourself? Oh wow! Shocker.
So now I need to know, like, how do you know Blippi? Like, what? Tell us everything.
Okay, so yeah, I'd never heard of any of this, and I kind of caught up to it right before, like when I had my son on the way, and my story with it goes back to 2010. So I got my start with like a YouTube sketch channel, essentially. Right, you were doing similar stuff around that time, Matt, and I was like, around that time I was starting to take it really seriously and put a ton of stuff up there and a lot of work into it. And very occasion. I mean, this maybe happened only once before. So I remembered that it was unusual that it happened, that I got recognized from YouTube sketches. I was in the
This was before Funny or Die.
this is right before Funny or Die, and I was in the Burbank Barnes and Noble, and this very nice, excitable younger guy comes up to me, asks, "Are you Scott Gairdner?" Couldn't have been nicer, and just like really eager, and like, I do stuff too. I do YouTube sketches too, and I really like what you do. And boy, if you ever need anybody for anything, man, I'm around. And I think he had cards ready to go.
Wait, I know who it is. Okay.
I don't.
Oh my God,
Yes, I know. I was like, do I tell the story as if there's a big shocker coming, or do we get? I mean, yes. Well, his name was Steven.
Okay.
If that helps.
Wow.
But still, I'll keep suspense anyway. So, anyways, I exchanged information with Steven. I was just like, well, that was a nice thing, and that's a shot on the arm. That doesn't happen. That kind of shows the stuff's getting out there, and that's nice. And then I go home, and I'm like, I should look up the stuff. I wonder what it's like. And it's, sorry, it's okay. It was definitely very like sophomoric, very,
Yes.
kind of like on the dirty, offensive
Wow.
side.
Okay, that was Steven then. Okay.
That was and well, I think by
Is that when he had
point,
his screen name by then? His alter ego?
I believe that what I looked up was under the name Steezy Grossman.
Yeah, that's true.
I think.
Okay,
And
so
this is kind of important in the story, I guess. I don't know whether to get into that yet, but
We don't
like,
have to get too graphic, but...
I disagree. I disagree.
Oh, okay.
I
Let's hear
mean,
it.
well, is
Let's
this
get graphic.
like okay? Because I mean, part of this stuff, basically, like, all right, yes. So let's just spoil it. We're dealing with Blippi here, and then I'll keep going with how I met the proto Blippi, or what my full experience of the proto Blippi. But he basically like. That was the version of him that I met. He was, kind of doing not like fully gross out stuff, but that he was going with that name. Like that was definitely the house brand. And he's trying to do YouTube sketches like we were. And like what I sensed is that he was kind of like algorithm chasing a little bit, just like what can I follow?
It was a
that'll
different
get
time.
eyeballs on this. Absolutely. And so, anyways, my interaction with him ended in 2010, essentially. But several years later, he had gone deeper into the Grossman brand, and it was in this time that he did something that's been like that he's had to really shy away from.
It's been scrubbed
becoming
from
a
the
kid.
internet.
It's like the one thing parents all like, you know who Blippi is?
If you end up in a Blippi conversation
it
with a
brings
fellow
parents
parent, you know
great
that it's
joy.
going
Oh, yeah,
here.
100%.
Or if you don't know about it and you get to reveal it,
Yes.
it's so great. So what this would have been like 2013, the Harlem Shake trend.
Buckle up, listeners.
Yes, a trigger warning. That the Harlem Shake trend is in full swing, and if you remember the format of the Harlem Shake, where you do the Harlem shake, and that's a cut, and then the one person dancing gives way to like a big crazy scene of 30 people dancing or whatever. Something big and nuts happens on that cut, and he did a Harlem Shake with his buddy, and I don't remember what the lead up was, but I know that when the cut happened, drew the Harlem Shake. That was the point where he took a bunch of diuretics and just sprayed his own shit all over his friend, or his friend did it to him.
Yeah,
whatever it was,
yes.
it's naked.
I think he did it to the other guy.
Yes,
it was
yes.
him to the other guy.
I was thinking, I was like, this guy's worth hundreds of millions, and then where's that guy who got shit on? Just like,
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah, what
understood
happened
it
to
to know
him,
as
man?
It's a
Blippi
crazy-
did a bloopy.
I mean, it's
That's what I thought was.
It's like if the 2 girls, 1 cup girls became like children's content YouTube creators.
Exactly. And
yeah.
we all have, like, I'm not going to hold this against Blippi. Mm-hmm. Like, we've all had a past.
Yes,
No, I think it's
everybody,
fine. I don't
especially
wanna
in
hate
pursuit
on
of
him.
comedy,
He's
there's
also-
some
yeah.
bad thing out
Totally.
there that you
Oh, God.
don't want to come out.
There are so many videos that people ask me to be in that I, like, really hope nobody ever looks up.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, like-
everybody's one sketch away from the end.
It's true. It's true.
No fault of his own.
No.
It was the
Listen,
Harlem Shuffle's fault.
Blame
but
you.
He had
blame
to, it was
YouTube.
a brinksmanship of like everybody was one upping each other with those Harlem Shakes, and how else do you win the battle than by shitting over all over your friend?
And let's be honest, like it's the best thing that ever happened to him because he created Blippi.
Yeah, well, I think it inspired him. It was like he's going in this direction,
Right.
and maybe that's as far as you can go in that direction. Other than, you're right, maybe eating, getting into 2 girls 1 cup is like, that is so fun. Not to bypass that idea that like if now they are like, hi, I'm Susie,
Yeah.
and I'm Sharon, and we're the
like-
Fix-It Girls, and
1 cup, 2 girls, and like.
oh yeah, they help you count. Yes.
Also, it's bathroom humor, which kids love, so they might be a huge hit.
I don't know. Did you guys
We
ever
gotta
see
get
that
them a show.
Gigi Allen documentary?
I haven't. I'm
In
vaguely
that he
aware of the-
pees on a bunch of ladies,
my
as I'm
God.
sure all ladies would love. But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
And then if he did Gigi and the Allen Gang.
yes, it's okay. I'm not going to hate on Blippi for that. I think that is a cheap shot at Blippi.
I don't want to hate on him. it's an interesting story and it's history. It's his history, and I think it's to be taken into context.
If you come across Blippi the way any of us have, which is just kind of suddenly it's on, and
Yes.
you're like, what is Blippi? And if you're a little bit annoyed by it, then it is the funniest result that you could find 5 minutes
Right.
to
Yes,
realize that
I
he did a shit Harlem Shake.
Like-
It's funny, yeah, when you watch it with your kid, you're like, my kid has no idea what this dude did.
Yeah, yes. They'll never.
So it's kind of like a funny secret, you know?
Well, this is where, like,
Well, my kid also has no idea what I've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
that's
secrets
true.
I have.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, this is like this is where we, as the paths keep crossing with me and Blippi. It's something I've tried to explain to my son, who does watch Blippi a fair amount, but it's way too confusing for him to get. But someday it'll be interesting to piece all this together for him. But basically, I watch his stuff, which is not at Shit Harlem Shake
So
level
when you,
yet.
yeah, so that's a question. Like when you're,
Can you separate
when your
the
kid
Blippies?
watches Blippi, is it always alone, or are you sometimes with him watching it just to like, answer any questions he has, or is it kind of like, here, you do this, I got to go do this real quick?
Well, what questions do you have about Blippi?
I don't really have questions. I was wondering about like how he can how you watch Blippi also. If you
It's
watch
the
How do you-
most.
how
it
do you
is-
Blippi?
It's how do I Blippi as
do you Blippi?
unpresent as possible.
Yeah.
Okay,
As
yeah.
like checked out. It's like there's other things that he watches that I think that I will engage with and watch and get into and play along with it. In terms of quality stuff we like, I think like a lot of Thomas and Friends. There's something that's in Blippi's like corporate family called Gecko's Garage.
Oh,
I say
yes, my
because
kid
it's
has watched. Yeah, Gecko's.
wait, British or Australian or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah. Gecko's Garage.
Oh God, yeah, my kid liked that for a
sounds
while.
Australian.
Yeah. And maybe it's I'm not
Gecko's
totally sure. But anyways, so the full thing here with him, I'll just never be able to fully untether him and just like think that it's normal that my son is watching Blippi, given that this thing happened. That basically, I watched his stuff like, okay, well, sure, and then followed away. I never really thought about it again, but I still had his contact info. Then later that year, I kind of get my dream job, which is working at Funny or Die. I got hired full time to make videos there, and that meant that my YouTube channel would essentially go away, and that for the most part, and that my stuff would all be made over at Funny or Die. And I wanted to make something that acknowledged that and maybe let my YouTube people know, like, hey, if you like my stuff, it's going to be over here now. And I also was like mad about kind of how bad YouTube stuff had gotten. We're now getting like deep into just like awful jump cut, annoying dude YouTuber worlds, and like inane like you know, what are the things they don't really do it as like annotations and like interactive menus.
Oh,
and,
right.
like,
Yeah.
There's some of that still, but it was like right when YouTube had gotten really annoying, and I was like really happy to be getting out of there and joining the, you know, the 100% quality that was Funny or Die.
Hey, it was a great place. It had its time, and it had a great place. And you did a lot of funny. You made so many funny things over there.
I owe it so much. Yeah. But no, it was such a dream. But anyways, I just thought it'd be funny to do a thing that said that like I'm going to be handing over the channel to another guy, to like somebody more suited to YouTube. And I had this idea of that I'm going to replace myself with the new Scott Gairdner, who is a younger, hotter, more YouTube-y dude. And that he's doing it from now on. And he's not doing the kind of stuff I did. He's doing like in your face, jump cut, loud, screechy YouTube stuff. And I thought, who is going to play this guy? I don't think anybody in my network of people would read as a popular YouTube-y guy. And then I thought, what about that guy Steven, who I met at Barnes & Noble? And I still had the info, and I emailed him, and I asked him, and he came by my new Funny or Die office, and we filmed this little video,
I've
just
been
he
in
and
that
I.
office.
Yeah. There was the La Brea one, if you were ever, okay.
I've been there, and Blippi been there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine, yes. Well, and like, you know, I remember like not long after into me working there, like Sean Penn was there.
No,
Sean
I don't care.
Penn
I care about Blippi here.
Yeah. Well, Blippi is Sean Penn.
I'd
to a
rather hear
certain
about
generation.
Sean Penn.
Wow, this is where we're different.
Just the bookends is, you know, right? The same space was occupied by Sean Penn and Blippi. But like, anyway, I filmed this video and I thought he nailed it. I thought he was so good at ironically being a like very YouTube like engaging guy. And like,
this is YouTube history right now.
it's well, especially because like I was just sending up all the things that I thought were annoying on YouTube, including the big thing at that time was Fred. Do you remember Fred? Which was kind of like a for kids. Fred was the guy. He just sped up his own voice. That was his whole thing. Like he was probably a 19-year-old playing 8-year-old and doing it by speeding up his voice and like, hey, I'm Fred. So this one time my dad, like the most like shrill and I love that Fred was so hard to like deal with then that I love that I'm looking at a room where nobody knows Fred anymore. At the time, it was unavoidable and so awful. But I did, like, that was one of the things. Like, I'm debuting all my new characters, like Chip. And then he was a guy who was just like Fred. And now looking back, like, I had Blippi play Fred. That's kind of a, like, weird, because that was the most popular thing on YouTube then. And Blippi's one of the most popular things now. So that's kind of a weird, like, snake eating its own tail. There's another thing that this video you have to be signed in on YouTube and, like, acknowledge, like, consents to watch it. It's not as bad as the Harlem Shake, but one of the other kind of in the area of like bad random wacky comedy, one of his characters was Gay Ninja, and I had him wave around a pretty realistic floppy dildo like a sword, and because of that, it was an extremely just like realistic looking penis. I wasn't like wasn't one of those. It was like some dildos are
very
like a sleek rod.
It was
or
a fun one.
This was like an anatomically correct floppy penis.
But
great.
And he waved it around. So if you want to see Blippi wave a penis around, just
do.
make sure you're signed in.
But it's consensually. I appreciate You got to get the consent.
Yes. You have to click a box to say I
consent to
submit
anything.
to seeing this. So anyways, I made this video and I said, hey, great job. It was fun to work with you. Never thought about him again. Then I would say 9 years later, my wife is pregnant. We're having our son soon. And I was in a writer's room and we were talking about kind of like inane YouTube children's entertainment and what this show is about. Like your fears that your kids will just like, it'll autoplay into all this weird crap and you don't really know what they're watching. And we were sharing our concerns about that, especially me with a kid on the way. And then this very funny writer, Brian Weissall, said, well, this is funny you bring this up because you know Blippi.
Whoa.
And I was like, what's Blippi? And he's like, you filmed a video with Blippi. And I said, I did not. What is Blippi? What do you mean? And he said, remember your thing, the new Scott Gairdner? I said, yeah, what? And he said, the guy in that, you don't know about this? The guy in that is one of the biggest things on children's, maybe the biggest guy on children's YouTube. And he said, look at the comments on your own video. If you go back to I don't know when Blippi started to blow up.
2011 he started.
Oh, really? It's been going that long?
Well, because now there's a new Blippi.
Yeah.
There's a whole other guy
new
now.
Blippi.
There's a whole new Blippi, and he is I think the original Blippi.
Just call him by his appropriate name, please.
Steezy. I think Steezy's great.
Goes by Stephen John now.
Stephen John.
Steezy Grossman when I met him.
Was fine and low energy compared to this new.
Yes, yeah,
Blippi.
a little bit, yeah. But anyways, but this Brian was like, look at past a certain year, look at your own comments on this video, and sure enough, it becomes like all of a sudden like Blippi, why is Blippi in this? It's Blippi. How did Blippi get in this? Blippi, and I'm like, I've never noticed any of this. This is so crazy. I never thought about what happened to that guy, and what an insane answer.
Wow.
And then not long after then, I just could not get that out of my head. Like, Jesus, this guy blew up like bigger than probably anybody I've ever met. And then I go back to that same Barnes and Noble where I had met him 9 years prior, and I'm in like the same area of the store, I feel like, and I look over and there's a set of Blippi books and I'm like, this is like weird. This is like
It's bigger than you could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
I think you did this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you did this.
The storybook ended in a bookstore.
Exact. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
some
That's
weird,
so crazy.
like I don't know, like Biff Almanac, Back to the Future thing. Like if just blinking your like that, you jump ahead 9 years in the same spot, and this guy is now like all fully like produced on and then like maybe a couple days later, I'm walking through a Target and I'm maybe starting to buy my first like clothes for my on the way kid, and then I look in the boys underwear section.
Oh God!
And his face is on little boys briefs.
That's the goal. That's what we kind of want through this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, we're hoping
that's
there'll be,
that's what I'm getting at. It's what we all got into this to do.
Exactly.
Is to have our faces on children's underwear. The goal of any entertainer.
What I wouldn't
I haven't made it until.
I know.
I mean,
I want it on pull-ups.
I think it's a beautiful story, and like, I'm going to be honest. I feel like Blippi is an easy target to kind of shit on.
Sure.
Yes.
To violently
Yes.
liquid shit on.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even though he was the one in,
He was
what I
doing
mean?
the shitting. Yes.
But and his videos are annoying, but like our kids want that. Like it's funny how like Blippi just came up in an algorithm one day, and my kid was like, "I'm in."
How many does your son watch Blippi? Pretty much just Blippi, and does he have Blippi toys and wear the Blippi clothes?
He did. So there was just a little while where this was all weirding me out, and I think at that point in time, after that conversation, I was like, okay, well, I got a kid on the way. None of this Blippi, because I watched some videos and like, oh, this is just nuts. He's just like. The camera's following around. Like, what is this? It's
First
just big,
rule,
long takes.
no Blippi, son.
Yeah, and I did kind of feel that way, and then it just naturally, like, it's unavoidable. It
Yes.
truly is. Like, it will. There's no way to be watching kids YouTube and not have it end up at Blippi.
And if you outlaw it, it's like my mom. I was not allowed to watch the Flintstones as a kid.
Oh wow.
Because what's his face was mean to Wilma. Fred was mean to Wilma.
Kind of a good reason.
Yeah, but it's like, okay.
He wasn't very patient.
And, you know,
to say the least.
Yeah, yeah.
and
true.
I think that's
No-
where
no
men learned
empathy.
it from, actually. You know what I mean? I think men were patient, and then they saw Fred.
You're
and
like,
then
oh, I
they
can
were
be more like Fred? Cool.
But it made it exciting for me to go to somebody else's house and watch.
Yeah, it only makes it like a, you know, now it's like a weird, like a cursed item, or you're acting out by doing it. So you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It only
there-
makes it more intriguing, I guess.
What about the songs? Because we are not even getting into the songs, because that is like a big part of Blippi, is that like he does these shows that are kind of like weird advertisements for like soft play and Christmas stores and Big Bear.
Yes.
Then he also has like a full on sound, like a song, so all the songs he wrote.
Yeah, I know. There's like
I can sing
they're
them for
very
you.
basic. It's like I'm trying to remember the one. There's one that's
Excavator is the bop.
just like, wait, remind me. I know
I'm
this is
an
quite a
excavator.
Yeah.
Hey, dirt, see you later. Yeah, see, you guys are bopping. It's
yeah.
a bop.
No. I'm
It's
bopping.
good. You
It's
know,
certainly a
it
bop.
rhymes. It's fine.
I think there's one that's like garbage truck, and it's
There-
just garbage truck, garbage truck, and I'm like, this is nothing. What is this? And then sure enough, my kid's singing it
Yeah.
because they do need nothing.
Yes.
They have like, and I think it's what's kind of brilliant is that he backed into this. That he like, I don't know. He was really nice, but I sensed that like. The writing is not the thing with this guy.
No,
maybe.
it's just content.
It's like but he was like charismatic, right? So that he figured out like, all right, I'll just film myself, just kind of like pointing at things and saying what they are. If any, I guess I would like that for my son to not be into this when he's like 6.
Well,
because I'd like to go a little deeper on things. But for that age where what they do is point at things and prove that they know things. I think Blippi is exactly what they're after.
Like, do you have anything in your notes? Like, I'm curious to know, what was the first Blippi video? Like, how
Well,
do you...
it was on, I think it was, I watched it. I think if not the first one of the very first ones was a monster truck one.
Okay.
And he just showed footage of monster trucks. He's like in front of a blue screen. Then they just show monster trucks. And then he's like, what are a bunch of cool trucks? And he's like, let's count the trucks. And he just counts them. It's like a 3-minute video and done. And then he just fucking, now he's worth like 300 and something million dollars.
If there's anything, look, I don't want to like cop to jealousy, but certainly definitely doing the calculation of like, wait, so that guy who I put in that one video,
Yeah.
he has so much more money
Yeah.
than I will
It
ever
could have
have.
been
like,
you.
I didn't-
It could have been Blippi.
I could have
That was so
pivoted.
sliding door. Somehow, I don't know what. Yeah, if the right little pixie dust had landed on me.
I did children's programming. I don't know if you know this. I have never told you. It's not
You
a
were in
secret.
stuff?
I did children's programming in Canada.
Oh my
Do you have
God.
tapes?
Sure.
Can we digitize them?
What kind of stuff?
It was
This is
a show
awesome to
called
know.
Workforce.
Okay.
And it was for like the educational kids channel in Canada.
This is such a good news.
And I was a host, and
Wow.
we would take a kid and they would experience like a job for the day.
Whoa.
So it was very similar to like the kind of YouTube videos that you see now. And like we did like zookeeper, forensic accountant, like, you know, we did them all. And
The basics, the things
biggest-
that all kids want to do.
Exactly. And so I'm always like, okay, forensic accountant, cool. But we did lawyer, we did radio disc jockey, we did so many
Where did this air?
in Canada.
Like CBC or something.
No, it was
like
on
that?
TVO.
Okay.
TVO.
TV Ontario.
Yeah, I think it is TV Ontario.
Wow. What years are we
Big
talking?
fan of TVO.
I think it was like 2003.
Wow. That was
And
wild.
I was the host and also an associate producer, because that's how it worked in Canada. So like I would be working all day and then shoot all my stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was like working
wow.
and shooting.
Well, it's very VJ,
You could be the next
I
Blippi.
guess. Like, yeah.
I could've.
You could still.
I mean, I did not like it. I found the kids that were in the show, like other than one of them, were very hard to work with, because it's like you're a teenager on a TV show. So you're kind of like, I don't want to do that. And you're kind of like, do it.
Wow.
So I didn't like that aspect
You didn't
of
like
it.
naturally get along with children at that time.
No,
I
I
don't think I, would
didn't.
have.
No. And
You didn't know how to gentle host them.
it was also this thing that like I was going through a dark time in my life where I kept going to Quiznos and eating cookies. Quiznos make these cookies, and I think they were like 700 calories a
Do
cookie.
they put them through like the oven for
Yeah,
you?
and I would eat like 2 or 3 a
That's
shift.
good.
And so then the emails started coming in about Holly's body, like as the
Oh,
host.
no.
What's up with
Oh,
Holly's
no.
body? And I'm an associate producer, so I'm on the emails.
Oh my god.
And they're kind of like, whoa, Holly's
sorry,
shirt
that
is
sucks.
Yeah, Holly's
That's
shirt is too
shitty.
short.
Terrible.
Oh
And
my
it's like,
god.
I'm educating the kids about Quiznos cookies. Like, lay off. They were
Eat 'em.
delicious. Yeah, exactly. It was a very dark time for me.
Oh my god.
Did not enjoy it.
That's awful.
Sorry that happened.
Wow.
Listen,
But I want to see these episodes.
yes, I can find. I can find them for you, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And so I respect if Blippi stuck with it.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes I will get jealous of someone's success, but you really got to ask, would I ever do the thing
Yes.
that made them have the success? And in that case, absolutely not.
Yeah, I
There's
had
no world where I'm going to indoor playgrounds in the
No.
Henderson, Nevada area and just saying that a slide is red. That's just not how my brain works, and it's not the kind of thing. I was thinking how I can't even bring myself to act Blippi-ish to my son. Like I talk to my kid like I'm talking to you guys. I don't
Yes,
put
yes.
on some kid
Me neither,
affect.
yeah.
So doing like sometimes I'll try to do it just like, like what would it even be like what if we pretended the house is a jelly bean factory? I can't. I'm exhausted in 3 seconds.
Well, that's
I
what
can't
it
keep
is.
that up at
It's
all.
so hard.
Imagine we did a lot of walking. Like when you're a host, you do a lot of like walking and like, hey everyone, it's Holly and welcome back to Workforce. Like you have to do a lot of like you're walking, you're talking, your energy is up, and it's very intense.
I've
Dying to
definitely
see Workforce.
done things where I'm like being really goofy and silly to get Joni to like brush your teeth or whatever, and then when it doesn't work, there's nothing more humiliating, and you already feel you're just like, why am I so embarrassed right now? It's just like, and I'm like, it wasn't funny, and I'm like, beating myself up about it.
And there must have been a period of time before Blippi was Blippi that it must have been pretty embarrassing to go somewhere and be like, "Hi, everybody!" Like it's very intense.
Yeah, I got jealous last night watching it. I was like, this guy was doing the same stuff I was doing at the same time, and now this guy did this.
Yeah, that's
And then
that's
also like
the
you
weirdest
said,
thing.
I could never do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the like algorithm hunger, like how do I find a lane? It's just so funny to me that he thought that it was bookends. That at one point he thought the avenue was to outgross everybody, to do a thing that you wouldn't like if it was in one of the Jackass movies.
Yeah.
Like that's like so shocking and gross that it's like unpleasant. It's not even like transcendent. Like, so he went all the way that way and then all the way to the softest. Like now I am aiming at 3-year-olds and it worked. It's nuts.
It works so well
Because the other way didn't work. It's not like he was the king of gross out.
No, and I you know what? In a weird way, I respect him for that
Me
because
too. He's like
for me-
the Kardashian of kids shows. He just self-made, quote unquote. I guess he is more.
I think he really is.
Oh yeah,
That's the
Jeff
he's
thing.
like
Bezos
the
of it then.
epitome of self-made.
He's like, yeah.
I feel like I've done Holly Prazoff for quite a while, and it hasn't caught on like wildfire. You know what I mean? I'm not making.
You don't have a silly name,
You're right. But
Hilly.
I should have changed my name to Hilly. But it's like, I also respect somebody who's willing to change and modify with the times.
Well, one thing I was thinking, our podcast is the opposite of Blippi because the reason he created the character, he says, is because his nephew was watching trash on YouTube, so he decided to do something about it.
Oh.
And instead, we just decided to make fun of it.
It's true.
And not do anything positive.
Now, I will-
put nothing positive into the world. Yeah.
I will say we have talked positively about a few things.
Yeah.
And that, I
that's
think
good.
I respect Blippi and
Yeah.
what Blippi has built and accomplished.
I mean, we've done an episode on some shows that we absolutely hate and we've let everybody know about it. And I would say on Blippi, I'm a medium.
I think that's the thing. After all this,
On the person or the
definitely,
show?
Both.
Okay.
I was taking a stand for no reason. Maybe it did have something to do with the immense success of somebody who I was in the vicinity, the shocking,
Yeah.
incredible success of somebody who I had interacted with. But I can't let that taint that the stuff is sort of fine, honestly. And then that was what was shocking was that I got a kid on the way, and I'm like, all right, never this Blippi church. And then we get into it, and my son starts watching stuff, and there were so many things that made us start to on my way out the door, Erin, my wife, was saying oh yeah, there's stuff that made me suggest Blippi as an alternate.
Yes,
he'd be watching. There was especially we haven't even, thank God it's so out of our periphery. It was like, it's been like over a year since this has come up. There's something called Baby Bus.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Baby Bus, yes. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
just really vile. And in cursory Googling to remember what it even was, it seemed to be, it might be like it's like a Chinese company that is making videos to promote apps that do data harvesting to like get info on like audiences in India. It's like also, it's this scam on so many levels, and just the most like awful, shrill, truly brain rotting content.
Like, this is where we are in society. I would much rather my child watch Blippi, a man who had diarrhea all over a friend, than watch Baby Bus. And that is where we are, and I'm embracing it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm absolutely embracing it.
When you know the depths, when you know how bad things can get, there's something else called Tayo, the little bus that's on all the time that that's the one we're trying to wring out. I don't know how to do it. Is there anything on YouTube that lets you, can you like mute?
Yes.
Do you ever
really?
just say,
100%. You have to do a math problem, which is where I struggle.
I honestly just say it doesn't work anymore, and that's still how old's your kid?
4.
Yeah, so is mine. I just tell her, I say, it doesn't work anymore. And she's like, okay, next thing.
You can block.
It just doesn't work anymore on this computer, on this.
You can block.
And you can bring it back. You're like, oh, it's back after a little while.
Oh, if he's like, because he will ask for Tayo.
I just block that page because there was a weird time where Sally was getting fed a lot of like religious stories.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, when you hear about the Bible, you're going to hear about it from me. And then I blocked that thing and I did the math. You have to get your phone out because it'll ask you 40 times 7. And I'm like, I don't know.
280.
And then
2800. 2800. I don't know.
Because that's how they're confirming you're the parent. And I'm like, that's so rude that's how you confirm I'm a parent.
Young kids know math by now if they're really smart.
Yeah, Sally knows.
Yes, math is like more on their minds than ours because nobody's made us do it in a while.
So
no, that's all they do. They're like, I can figure out.
Because you use YouTube Kids, right?
Well, you know what? No.
That's what you need to switch over.
That ruined my own channel and algorithm.
Oh,
no, you gotta get a YouTube Kids.
That's like my, wrapped music thing every year is like, there was one year it was like, you love Peppa Pig. And I was like, I certainly don't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spotify's not split off. It's just, my year end will just be, what is it? The Fallout Boy theme song to Spidey and his friends.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah. That's a great song.
I don't mind it. I've actually, of all the...
We were saying this.
Too much fun. Spidey team is on the scene.
Did it.
I'm in the walls. Yeah.
Sally got into that for
Joni loved Spider-Man for a while when she was like 2 something, and then Too Many Nightmares, but...
Yeah, have we messed up our children?
And I would play the Green
100%.
Goblin. I'd be like, it's me, the Green Goblin. And she would get really scared of that. I was like, oh, we can't play this game anymore.
You are doing wonderful characters for your child.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you're underselling it.
So I guess, we at the end of the show.
Yeah, we're going to do screens.
Rank Blippi on 4 screens. How many screens do you give it? And I guess, it can be an overall... Or taking into account a lot of things.
You mean a specific video? Like I give the Christmas store episode of Big Bear.
Boy. Well, and also do you rant because there is the second Blippi. One thing I have to dock points in general for the I think it's interesting that they've done this other one. Maybe the whole other thing to mention quickly is that
we don't.
The way that they did that there was this Blippi live tour, and then it wasn't Steven, it was this other guy. So a lot of parents were upset because I don't know. I mean, of course, you go to see Sesame Street live, and you're not going to get the Gordon.
What?
But I think there's something.
You should get the Blippi, and it's
I think so.
I think isn't it the person who did the live show is the one who's now the new Blippi in the videos? Because I used to call him Blippi from the show or something. And then I was reading when they transferred over 2 years ago, there was a big hullabaloo because all the parents were like, do you think our kids aren't going to notice this? And there was no announcement.
Yeah.
And
they don't explain it at all.
I think we just have to have you back to do an episode on the new Blippi.
We'll just do a Blippi 2.0.
Yeah, kind of like Coke. You know what I mean?
The new Blippi, though, is not my favorite.
You know what's weird? I think. Well, you know what I like is that his image is not as loaded for me as Steven, who I met. I have no pre-standing associations with this other guy. What I think is weird is that there will be these long, but in the very YouTube Kids way, where they say this is a 120-minute video. That's how long you can entertain your kid for with this, and then it'll be multiple Blippi episodes strung together, but it will without announcement in the same video flip between Blippi 1 and and Blippi 2. And this is where you said something, Matt, about like answer any questions that my son has. If anything, I'm asked a couple times, I've asked him, do you think it's weird that it's suddenly a different guy? And he doesn't understand the question.
They don't care.
I don't think he notices.
They like Blippi in the first place. So it's like, if you already like Blippi, who cares if it's just another dude in the glasses?
Yeah, he's bigger than Stephen John.
It's like Hollywood.
now.
You're interchangeable.
It's
You
so
know what?
true.
It's all the character. It's the IP.
glasses fit
I don't care who
everybody,
plays
yeah.
the IP.
Yeah.
But I will say I wish they had gone female Blippi, and I'm just going to put it
Okay.
out there. Yeah.
Well, there is Mika.
Yes. Oh, I know of
Mm-hmm.
Mika. Yes.
I saw a video where they put a wig on a Blippi,
Okay.
honestly, and they called her Libby, and it was one of these weird sites where it's like the kid's the #1 Blippi fan, and then he like literally like he's like mowing the lawn with his dad, but he's like 4, and then now he's grown up and now he plays Fortnite.
God.
But they
Wow.
still use the Blippi stuff. It's like just crossover.
Weird.
Super
So
weird.
what are you going to let's go with original Tradish Blip.
yeah.
How many screens you giving him?
I think that as much as we said, like, let's go in the middle, and that's fine, that it's medium. I do think that the brand confusion is weird. I can't still in good conscience even give it the 2. I think I gotta
Wow.
like 1.5 it.
Wow.
Which implies more like vehement dislike than I have, but it does bother me. It is confusing.
It is.
My son should be more weirded out by it.
It's how I feel about the new Simpsons animation versus the old.
Oh yeah, totally.
know, I
You
was
can
like,
never get
you
over.
don't
Yeah, that's
notice
not
that?
how the show.
That's
Here's
not how
what
it
you're
looks.
coming to grips with is that somebody else could put on that shirt and pick up your kid from school today, and your kid would go, "Daddy, I guess so."
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time we did go to a friend's birthday party once, and he thought somebody else was mom, and she was like, "What do you mean?" I mean, I guess that happens to kids sometimes, but she was really like, "That's all it takes." After all these years I've put in,
That's the thing.
Just another woman with, I don't think she even had glasses.
Oh,
How
my
is
God.
there was no like, what did just somebody else just usurp? So I don't know. I got emotions tied into that. I don't like. I wish the guy well, but I still can't go higher than 1.5. To be
I'm
honest.
giving Blippi 4.
Whoa.
4.
What is happening?
4 screens out of 4. Let's
Can I
do this,
please hear?
Blippi.
Can I please hear
Very
all the
different answers.
Listen, I feel like everyone's gonna hate on Blippi. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, he pooped on someone. Oh, you know what I mean? He's annoying." It's like, yeah, dude. I feel like that could also be me. You know?
Yeah, I get. Okay, yes, okay. Taking that into account.
Yeah.
I give him like half a screen.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I think like
lowest.
I guess personally I'll give him 1
Maybe I'm
because
scared.
he did a terrible thing. He bounced back, and 2, he like built an empire.
Yeah.
And that's really impressive. And I hate it, and I will keep it away from my child as much as I can.
It'll only make
Honestly,
her
like
want
I
it.
will be like, it doesn't work, and like hopefully she never
only make her
comes
want it
across
more,
it. Maybe. But it's just it is too irritating to me.
Here's the
Personally.
thing.
Yeah.
Because
just-
of Blippi, my kid knows how popsicles are made, and that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
You know,
can.
it's
I
actually
can. You know what?
frozen juice, you guys.
You know,
Come
you
on.
could make
Yeah.
popsicles with her, then she'd like you more. Like, you're as good as Blippi.
You know what? I decided I'm only giving everyone 4 screens in case we ever do an episode of Workforce. I'm just going to go 4 screens, 4 screens, 4 screens. You know what I
Because
mean?
you know how it is to be on the other
Thank
side.
you.
and-
We are doing one.
No, my God, please.
At least in the Patreon, we don't have.
Exactly. Well,
It's a good thing to start building.
Hey
to
man, that's
now.
what,
Yes,
what we will
the
do.
Yeah.
We'll
promise
release
of the-
videos.
I think that's a good thing.
episodes and
in our Patreon,
that's
you can see
awesome.
Workforce. Okay.
I mean, I'm looking it up either way
Oh
when
my
I
God.
get.
Don't you want to
home.
see it?
And because I'm doing it on my own, you can't tell me it doesn't work.
okay.
you won't
yes,
be there
exactly.
to do it.
And take note on my body, please. One of the most important parts of the show was my body.
Oh my god, yes, I will try to. Yeah, I'll send a lot of emails
Yes.
how I feel about how you're looking.
Like
and,
35 years later, that girl's body. Anyways, we really,
My
really
God.
had a great time today.
This was such a
Oh,
great
we
my
love
God.
talk.
Blippi.
Thanks for your
It
stories.
was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to share this. I don't think I've told my Blippi Association.
Well,
It
it's
really
out-
was like,
it's
I
gonna
thought
get
you were
out
going to
there
be
now.
like, I knew him or I worked on the show briefly. Like, your story is great.
It's really, it was.
It is
very
really
strange,
it's-
and the fact that it like what an instant to just like bump into somebody not hear what happened to them for 9 years, and that's the answer.
Wow.
That I would, if somebody had said like, what happened? What do you think happened to that guy Steven? I don't know. Maybe he got like a part on he was like the 5th lead on a Hulu show or
Right.
something. And like, no, wrong. He's on children's underwear.
Well, check in with us in 9 years.
Yeah,
Am I
we'll be on
right?
those pull-ups.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. That was it.
Let's watch the show.
We'd like to thank our editor, Neil Davis, Sean Friesen for the theme song, and Stu Haydeck for mastering it.
And thank you to Made in China for our amazing logo.
And don't forget to subscribe and write a review. It really helps us out.
And follow us on Twitter or Instagram at ScreenTimersPod.
But most importantly, keep your kids watching those screens.
See you next time.
Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show. Screentimers, I just don't care. Screentimers, it just ain't fair. Screentimers, they scream and shout. Screentimers, there's no time out. Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show. Let's watch the show.